Check. So homeboy go vlog and welcome to the vlog. And today again, I'm right at the largest art and craft market in West Africa, which is no other than Elegushi International Art and Craft Market. And today there are a whole lot of touches within the environment. The artists, the in-house artists are doing a whole lot of work. You can see there have been changes from what we had yesterday, and we would like to give the platform to one of the artists in the house, one of the senior artists in the house, Mr. Osas, to tell us what's happening, to give us a tip of what's going on within the largest art and craft market in West Africa. So let's go on. Good afternoon, sir. How doing, sir? So we are live with Mr. Osas, and he's going to take the platform from here. All right. So, sir, please, the mic is yours. Please tell us what's happening. Tell us firstly where we are, give us some history to what's happening around here, and tell us why we're having this beautiful work here. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome. My name is Monday Osas. I'm an artist, and presently we are here at the Elegushi International Art Center. So the reason why we are here, I have a gallery here also. I also have my gallery in Abuja. So, but what we're trying to do here now is to make sure we do things that will attract our customers and to make them feel that yes, wherever they are coming into, they are going to see a lot of life, things happening. A lot of things happen in Africa, mostly in Nigeria. Like this one here now, we have this is Elegushi International Art Market. Like this one, we call it Bolekaja. Bolekaja means when you are struggling to enter a bus and something happened along the line, two of you can decide to come down and do some exchange of boxing and satisfy yourself, then you come back in again. So this one was made by most is made by wood. This very bus you see is made by wood. Then what we're trying to display here is for people to understand that before these motorway buses, the downfall buses, the BRT buses, there was an history. There was an history that was on ground transportation in Lagos State before we get to where we are. Now, what we are trying to achieve here on this two wall majorly is that the storyline of where the transport system began from down to the motorway buses, the downfall buses, down to the BRT, down to the railway system till it gets to where we are at the top here, to where we get at the top. That's the railway. So this one is that's the railway. So this one is a transition. Do you understand? It's a transition of where it begins from and where it's going to. Do you understand? So, and most especially, I want you to see this one. You see this one in particular. Huh? A lot of us here don't know the history of this. Are you with me? This one mostly, a lot of us don't know the history about this. These activities you are seeing here happens in Nigeria, where all the black race all over the world they were all called upon to attend a cultural activities for the very first time in Nigeria by the past head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo. Now we are in the art market, and that was the only person who has promoted the art and culture that we can ever talk about in the history. Do you understand? So when you look at this, it's FESTAC 77. That was when you have all people, all blacks from the US, from Brazil, from Senegal, from all over the world. They came to Nigeria. That's the man. This very man here is the head of state in 1977 when he hosted this FESTAC 77. The first time all Africans could come together in Nigeria. There are many. You come here now, you see a fest in Lagos. Understand where this thing is coming from. You've never had an experience of something like this. And people around to understand what happened on this very day. You can see this one now. People came in from Benin Republic, from Brazil, from US, from Senegal, from all over the world. This from United States. We are still working. I think by the end of this day, when we are done with the job, you will see a lot of pictures. That's to tell you what the activities that took place in Lagos. And this thing happened over 40 years. 40 years ago. Just imagine that. But it came through this very man when he was the military head of state, Olusegun Obasanjo. He was the head of state then. So this is where Africans were supposed to unite themselves because he sold out a lot of things to the world. So we are here to the glory of God to remind our customers, our people, even in the market, to know that the leader for the very first time tried to promote the reason why we are here in this market. In this market, we have a lot of people doing paintings, sculptures, and all you have. But somebody stood his ground and see how he can be able to promote it. How I wish we'd be able to have somebody else that will come up again and do the same thing. A lot of things will be happening because we have a lot to offer to the world. Africa must unite. The reason we are doing this is to remind our people who we are. So, my brother, that is just it. So, we are just starting. By the time we get to even this national theater you are seeing, this national theater, the same event took place in this national theater, but the project started when Gowon, President Gowon, started this project of the national theater. But who finished it? It was the same man, Olusegun Obasanjo, that finished this project. So we need to appreciate this man because I'm an artist, and most of us here now we are into creative art. So for a man to come up with such a beautiful idea, we don't need to play around it and for us to appreciate him. He did a lot to promote our art and culture. Thank you very much, brother. So when we continue, by the time we get to the end of this world, we will say more about why we are doing this. But mostly is to entertain our customers, not just for entertainment, for them to know that things happen. There's an history that Nigerians try to build. Hope you get me. So I celebrate you all. You are welcome to Elegushi International Art Market. You'll be seeing more things. Come to Elegushi International Art Market. You have a lot of things in this market. Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Amazing. That was the time we end Osas, and that was about 7 minutes of explaining to us what the work is going on here and why we are having all this art here. It's been a story about FESTAC 1977, and it keeps going on. Until next time, homeboy, go blog, and welcome to the blog. And don't forget, I'm reporting from the largest art and craft market in West Africa, which is no other than Elegushi International Art and Craft Market. Check it out. Welcome to the blog. Better.